Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome to Pete and Pete. It is your boy Rashad, one half of PNP, and today, Sauna Walk returns. These things have been a hit. A lot of chatter in the comment section, which I like, man. I like a good debate. So if you don't like what I'm saying, hey, you are entitled to your opinion, but we can have a civil debate. Let's just keep it respectful. That's all. All of you have been respectful, so I'm just saying let's keep that energy. I like a good debate, and I'm willing to be convinced. I have an opinion. I am open to being convinced if I am wrong. Okay, if what you say is right, it makes sense. I'm willing to be convinced. Okay, and I think there's been some really good comments. I think if you look at the comments of both the Hassan Reddick and the Dante Jackson video, we've had over 100 comments in each of those videos. So the engagement is dope. So I appreciate it. Again, before we get into this next one, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, let me know what's good. But let's get into it. Stephon Gilmore. Okay, Stephon Gilmore. This one's gonna be good. I already see the debate. All right. So again, if you're new to the Sauna Walk series, we take a player that was with the Carolina Panthers and is currently going to become a free agent, and we kind of debate and talk about different categories. So we've got age, position of value, durability, asking price, and whether his production is replaceable or not. We talk about those factors and we come up with a determination on whether a player should be re-signed or whether we should let that player walk. Now, I've done two of these already. We've done Dante Jackson and we've done Hassan Reddick. I have said we should re-sign Hassan Reddick and we should let Dante Jackson walk. And now we're here with Stephon Gilmore. So let's take a brief second to give an overview of Stephon Gilmore's time with the Carolina Panthers. And again, going back to his time with the Patriots, he had a standoff with the Patriots, and he ended up being placed on the physically unable to perform list to start the season. Then he was traded to the Panthers for a 2023 sixth round pick. Obviously, that was a finesse move by Scott Fitterer and company, Matt Rule, whoever was involved in that. It was a finesse move. I thought it was a great job at getting Stephon Gilmore, and we ended up paying Stephon Gilmore $6 million for the remainder of the 2021 season. All right, so this was a player-friendly structure, and it was a short-term deal that made sense for both the Carolina Panthers and Stephon Gilmore. Now, we're in a situation where we need to ask ourselves, do we need to bring him back? And if you recall, Stephon Gilmore had a very good season in 2020. In my opinion, 2021 was a good season. If you look at his PFF grade, he had a 77.1 PFF grade, which was very solid, very good grade, considering that he was on a pitch count for most of the season, coming back off of that quad injury. Some people may think he is not fully healthy yet. And so that is something that you need to take into account. And I think that coming into next season, given a full offseason to fully recover, getting a full offseason program where he's able to participate, I think that Stephon Gilmore could be a great player. Now, let's go ahead and get into these different categories now that we talked about the brief, short history of his time with the Carolina Panthers. Age. Now, right now, Stephon Gilmore is 32 years old. So that age box is not checked. All right. So he is a bit older. I still think he has a lot left in the tank. A lot of people are saying, oh, he's not great. He's not good. He's going downhill. The play speaks for itself. I mean, obviously, dude's gonna have all cornerbacks have a bad game. All right, so you go back and look at the Bucks game against the game against the Bucks. That was a bad game. He was getting torched by Antonio Brown. It is what it is. That you can't deny that. But every cornerback gets torched. There is no perfect cornerback. They all get torched at some point in a season. It happens. Not every cornerback is perfect. So that, for the most part, if you look at his production over the course of the season, I thought it was pretty well. So let's move on. Age 32, that's a bit older than we would like. And considering the circumstances that, the Carolina Panthers are in a situation where you have a lame duck coach, we aren't I think people keep saying that we aren't in win now mode. We should be in win now mode. Matt Rule should be wanting to bring back every player that gives him the best opportunity to win. So you damn right we're in win now mode, and we should be for Matt Rule's sake, because if we're not winning, he's out of here. So we can't be looking at this season as if it's another passive season. Yes, we don't have much to look forward to. Yes, we don't believe in Matt Rule, but Matt Rule and the front office needs to do everything it takes to get every player they can get back. So let's move on. Kind of putting the cart before the horse here. Position of value. Obviously, we talked about it with Dante Jackson. The cornerback position is a position of value. Any position that affects the quarterback, which is the most valuable position on the field, you are valuable. So if you're stopping the quarterback from completing a pass, and if you have really good secondary, you make it difficult on the quarterback. So when you affect the quarterback, yes, your position is valuable. So cornerbacks are a valuable position. Durability. Okay, here's where we have a little bit of concern. Durability. He's had some issues with that quad. He had some knee injuries, some hand injuries as well. He was limited, going back to 11 games of 2020. And then he missed the first 7 weeks of 2021 due to rehabbing from that quad injury. So is he completely healthy? I don't know. I thought he played well, being on that pitch count this year. But is he durable? Yes, he's older, so those injuries are going to take a little bit longer to rehab. He doesn't check the durability box in my mind. But I think he played well given given the situation he played with this year. I think he played well. Stephon also dealt with a groin injury to end the season. He did not play against the Bucks in the final game. We played the Bucks back to back. Week 16 and week 18. So just keep that in mind. Again, those injuries are going to hurt a little bit more. It's going to take you a little bit longer to recover as you age. It is what it is. And he also went on the COVID list to end the season as well. So that's just one of those things. COVID, you can't really prepare for. There's nothing you can really do about that. So if you miss a game due to COVID, I'm not going to knock you too much on that. That just kind of is what it is. All right. Now, his asking price. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, because I think if Stephon hit the open market, and I think there's a team out there that's willing to pay him $14 to $15 million per year, I think he would go that route all day, every day. Now, there are some injury concerns. Will the injury concerns knock back his price a little bit? Maybe. Same thing I said with Dante Jackson. I think that could be the case also with Stephon Gilmore. I think, for me, I'm comfortable paying Stephon Gilmore just over $10 million. I would say 10 to 11 million, 12 max. I'm not going any higher than that, because I think it's important to have a guy like this on the roster. I think this guy just brings things to the table that you just can't teach, and I'll get to that when it comes to the production. But I think that I'm not comfortable paying him more than 12 million per year. That's a cap. If it goes over that, we can't talk. I do think that will he give us a hometown discount? I don't know. Everybody is saying that, yeah, he's from here. The wife is from here. That's true. And I was at the Charlotte Hornets game against the Pistons last Friday, and he was there. I saw Stephon Gilmore courtside with his son. So does he like it here? Is he from here? Absolutely. Does he want to finish his career here? Potentially. Nobody really knows the answer to that. That's all speculation. And I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I know for a fact that he wants to stay here because his wife. I know, I follow his wife on Twitter, and his wife definitely loves it here, and she has made it clearly known that they want to stay here. But when it comes to money, he's at the final. He's nearing the end of his career, so he's only going to get 1 or 2 more checks at the end of the day. So I'm sure he wants to make the most of that as well. So I don't know. It's all speculation. Nobody knows for real whether he wants to stay here or not. But I do think if given the right structure and given a decent, a non-disrespectful offer, I do think that he may want to stay here. So now begs the question, is his production replaceable? To me, the answer is no. The answer is no. If you look at PFF, right, and you look at the PFF scores, with cornerbacks with at least 150 snaps, Stephon Gilmore ranks 4th in man coverage. So don't tell me that this guy just sucks and he's washed up, because that's not the case. I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know what you're looking at. Did you miss when he came into that Falcons game and completely shut down Kyle Pitts? He's had more great games than he's had bad games with the Carolina Panthers. He had a bad game against the Bucks, and that should not be ignored. Yes, he had a bad game. That's a fact. All cornerbacks have their day. They're going to have a bad day. But he's had way more good days than he had bad days. And I still think he's a threat. And I still think cornerbacks and teams and offensive coordinators respect, and they will keep their eye on where Gilly is. That's just a fact. Okay, I still think that he is a viable option. And yes, I think there's one intangible that he brings to the table that no other cornerback in the league is going to bring, and that is leadership and the ability to mentor guys like J.C. Horn and C.J. Henderson. Those are the cornerstones, and those two guys of the future in my mind. And so, yes, you put J.C. Horn at CB1. Cornerback number 1 is J.C. Horn. Make no mistake. But you put Gilly at number 2 and put him on a number 2 guy. Fam, what are we like? That is a great combination. Gilly at number 2 is dangerous, bro. Okay, he doesn't have to go and face number 1s every night in and night out. Do I think he still can? Yeah, but he would have some rough days for sure. Is he aging? Yes. You can't deny his age. Yes, he's getting up there. Is he slowing down? Yes, it's inevitable. You can't fight Father Time. But I still think Gilly is one of the best cornerbacks in the league, even at his age. And y'all can't tell me. I saw this going back and forth in the Dante Jackson video I posted. Dante Jackson in his prime will never be close to what Gilly is at 33. That's just a fact. I got to start calling a spade, man. I got to keep it a buck with y'all. It's just a fact. Gilly is still an elite talent, bro. And for that reason, at the right price, I think you got to re-sign Gilly. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. I think you have to make it work. And yes, it's going to be difficult to finagle his number. I'm going to be transparent as hell. This one is going to be hard. Unless Gilly is really open to staying here for a discount, this one is going to be hard to make work. I'm going to be honest. Because you're looking at a 2-year deal. And when you're talking about short-term deals like that, unless you're adding voided years at the end of the deal and you're going to end up paying the piper at some point, it's going to be hard. And I'll give some examples, of how that could work and how we could potentially keep Gilly around for a really team-friendly deal. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to end up paying up at some point. All right, you're going to have to pay up for Gilly in his retirement years. But you're looking like a 2-year deal, $20 million, and that's going to be difficult to kind of make work. Because unless you're going to add 40 years at the end of the deal, like I said, this one is going to be hard to make work. I got to be honest with y'all. It's going to be hard to make work. And if he wants $14 million per year, and I think he could get that out in the open market, it's going to be very tough for the Carolina Panthers to make it work. But I don't think they shouldn't just try. It shouldn't be for the sake of not trying, right? They should go out there and at least try to make it work with Gilly. I think you should go out there and try to make it work. All right. Now, that is my sign-up walk for Stephon Gilmore. I know this video is going to ruffle some feathers because y'all like Dante Jackson. Y'all fell in love with Dante, and there's nothing I can't convince you otherwise if you just love Dante Jackson. But if it was me, I'm re-signing Stephon Gilmore over Dante Jackson for the reason I've said in this video. I think that he provides a leadership leadership presence and a mentoring presence for guys like J.C. Horn and guys like C.J. Henderson. Those two guys are the future. Whether you like it or not, those two guys are going to be given every opportunity to be the future cornerbacks of this team. That's just my opinion. All right. That's my opinion. So that being said, man, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm open to a debate. I'm open to saying we should move on for Gilly. Yes, I think if it doesn't work with the numbers, you should move on from Stephon Gilmore. But you should not. You should at least try. You should try to make it work. And that's what I think. All right. That being said, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments. Let me know what's good. I'm out.